What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm former Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
Give me a taste.
Did I say the right word?
Yeah.
I just forgot what I was doing for a second. I didn't know.
Giving
if
you a taste of your own medicine over here.
No, I didn't know if I was just repeating what you had said about yourself. Okay, I said the right word.
I think. Can you turn the fan on already? Because I got it right. Hey.
And I didn't even hear the pop.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good.
I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign that I didn't hear it.
I think it's a good sign.
I mean, am I
Electrical
losing
interference.
hearing? I don't know.
But
Time will tell.
another Friday Night Titans to go over.
Another one in the books.
Another one in the books.
You know? Good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Yeah. A couple of fun matches.
We get like a follow-up. It's like I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like I think this is like the first time I think a prior match has led into another. You know what I mean? Like it was like almost like a continuation from the last week's match type of thing. I know it's all a continuation because it's a show now, but like very rarely do we see two competitors that competed in the last match turn around right the next week and compete.
Like compete in teams, then go and compete in singles or vice versa.
Well, no, we saw JTE do it, but that was in reverse. But
doesn't happen.
But it wasn't like two of the same people going head to head twice in a row, back to back weeks.
Word.
So it was interesting to see. But
yeah, two very lots of personality in this episode.
Yeah,
good Lord, lots of personality in this episode. So, but a lot of stuff happened, right? You know?
A lot of stuff happened.
A lot of you can't drink at the same time as me.
Why not?
Let's do it. Ready?
Okay. I see why. It's bad air. Sorry.
Awkward silence. Gotta hydrate, you know?
Yeah, with non-water.
It's water. Maybe I just put a lot of lemon juice in it or something. And it just looks. Okay, first of all, I don't think lemon juice would actually make water any different color than water. Well, it would make it look cloudy.
Yeah, look lemonade.
Dirty water.
Yeah.
Lemonade.
Lemonade without the sugar. That's basically what lemon juice
which is horrific. I don't think it would ever be that color, but
yeah.
You know,
when life gives you lemons.
When life gives you lemons. So let's talk about what happened because we got a healthy amount of cutscenes.
Yeah, we got quite a few things to talk about.
You know, so our first scene, our opening scene, we got Christian. He's sitting there, whatever, chilling, vibing, and then Mike and Shannon come in, and they start talking, and Christian starts talking about, okay, Mike. Bro, you got some belts. I know you're after some other belts.
Mikey 3 belts.
Mikey 3 belts. So let's talk about your paths to your different titles. IG, check.
Just waiting.
You already got that belt. You're just waiting. You know, you got Kevin Smets in the wings. He's waiting to find out who he can play in a number one contender match, right?
Yeah. We're waiting to see who's going to go against him.
Exactly. So that IG, check. You're just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Teams. Okay, check it out. Listen. But one thing that I was kind of like, was when he goes, oh, okay, well, you know, corruption, looking for somebody for a number one contender match because you guys earned it. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I guess when you look at it, like,
not
out of the available.
I'm not trying to say that they don't deserve it, but it's like, what was their path to get a number one contender match? Is my question. Not sure.
Yeah, because like, we had this conversation before. It was like their last team's match was for the title and they lost it. So it means that they at least had to go through two matches.
One or two?
At least one match to get through to another normal contender match. But I think the way the landscape is, there's very few established teams with a record that you could put in a number one contender match that are available. Because I think that's the problem he's going through. It's like, well, you know, King Arthur, not available. You know, Lightning Time's no longer a thing.
Wild Berries,
not available. Shockingly not available. All these teams that were contending for the path to the top last season aren't even around anymore.
Final Exam. Did you just say that?
Yeah, no, I didn't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Final Exam no longer a thing.
Yeah.
You know, Danger Zone. We have no idea if they're going to be a thing. We have no idea what Dan Murrell's doing.
Exactly. That's true. Haven't heard anything really.
So, I mean, you look around the landscape, it's like either their teams are brand new with no record or just one win to their name.
Right.
And then Shazam.
Right.
So it's like, and the ones that are established haven't played yet, and they can't find the time to fit him into the schedule available wise because Griffin Newman City wants to concentrate on teams, but guy's busy, probably can't find ways to fit him into the schedule. So by that it makes sense. It's like
when you frame it that way.
When you frame it that way, it's like nobody's available. The next team that's in the hunt right now, so to speak, is Team Corruption. The last people to really take Shazam to the limit. So
must be nice. So anyways, Corruption they earned their number one contender match. And but he's, like you were just saying, he's having a hard time finding somebody to go against them instead number one contender match for all the reasons you just literally listed.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do when life gives you lemons? You just kind of give Corruption a title shot. So,
I mean, that's the way the division is right now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because you don't just want them to sit on the belt for forever. Right?
Yeah, and not have them compete.
And not have them compete against anybody and just sit with the belt forever. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So, he's saying, all right. Well, first of all, let me
back up
a little bit. He said, I got good news, I got bad news.
Yeah.
And they were like, hit us with the good news first, baby. The good news, that was the good news. Is that I can't find anybody to go against you for a number one contender match. So, happy birthday. Here's your title shot. And Mike was like, yeah, let's do it. Book it. Oh, but wait a minute. Hold on. I got bad news too, bro. The bad news is that their stipulation, Koi's and Shazam's stipulation, is that if you lose to Shazam, they defend against you, Team Corruption, Chance and Mike have to break up indefinitely. And I believe Christian actually used the word indefinitely.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that Mike and Shannon were too excited about.
Yeah. But they haven't made their final decision yet. I think that's the thing that comes out of this is like,
yeah, he said kind of sit on it.
The offer is out. You have to make your decision. So it's risky. But
also that last title match, very close.
Yeah, it's the other 51-50 that year.
Exactly. So when you have a title match, 1 point, my dude, it could have gone either
sudden
way.
Death, yeah.
It could have gone either way when you have a match that close.
Yeah.
1 point disparity. Come on. So it's like both teams have something to lose.
Yeah.
Shazam going into that match, I don't know, they could lose the belts. So that's their that's their like collateral.
Yeah, that's what's on the line for them.
That's what's on the line for them. And and
you're good.
And Corruption going into this match, should they agree? What's on the line for them is their team itself. So
yeah, we had this discussion. Was it last week? Or a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. So intensely high stakes match if you really pull back and think about it. So if you think about what they have to lose and what they have to gain, it's insanely high stakes. Let's say Corruption accepts.
Yeah.
Which I imagine they would. Who wouldn't accept a I mean, I say who wouldn't accept a title match, but that is a lot to put on the line. But still, who wouldn't accept a straight shot to the belt?
Yeah, you don't have to go through a tournament. You don't have to go through a gauntlet. It's just,
why wouldn't you? Yeah. After how close that last match was, you know on any given day that could have gone in their way.
And I know we just gave them a little flack for like, well, why are they getting it on?
Yeah, that's just me being an a-hole.
No, but just look at that last match. It's like, oh, it's so close. So,
it was.
So just off of that standard, how they played, it's like, it's not like you're just like, hey, you're a new team. Go to the title.
There you go.
No, we know exactly what this team is capable of.
100%. That was just me talking stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I do sometimes. But like, no, you're absolutely right. They played down to the wire. They played an amazing game. It was a 1 point game. Any given day that could have gone Corruption's way. It was just so happened that day, it was Shazam's day. Because they're both two powerhouse teams as demonstrated in that match.
Yeah.
You don't get a match that close and that exciting without two top tier teams, four top tier players.
Yeah, and this isn't the first time stuff like this has happened when it's like you can't find a contender or you can't you need a talent match, but you don't have anyone that's like, they're not available.
It happened in Star Wars.
It happened in Star Wars. It happened
outcome.
with Mike's win over who is it, Mara and Spectacular a couple years ago.
Okay.
Because Christian wanted Rachel to go up against Mara, but Rachel just didn't want to play or she just wasn't available. So the next person
whatever the reason was.
Mike Kalinowski was like, all right, it made certain sense story-wise too.
No, I'm completely talking. I'm just talking stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also on that note, things like this have like the stipulations are also
that's part of the game.
Yeah, that's part of the game. That's why
especially now,
especially because we're getting back to that whole like what it used to be before the drafts and all the, like when it was mostly competition based. I can't remember. There's stipulations between like top 10 and team action. There were stipulations between a whole bunch of other teams.
Oh, like Makuga Dagnino, whoever you got to retire if you lose. Kind of thing.
Do you remember how? I don't know if you remember how many retirement matches Josh Makuga has been a part of, and he just kept sneaking by until last season.
Why not?
So
and then he still comes right back.
He's still kind of back in somehow.
Goodness.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So getting back to what's on the line here, let's say Corruption accepts. Let's say Shazam wins. Let's say Corruption accepts and we get Shazam v Corruption, like 87.
3 or 4, something like that.
Sure. For the titles. Let's say Shazam wins. The crowning achievement for them would be what, their 4th defense?
Yes.
Insane.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
I think they've defended 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times. So even if they were to lose this next match coming up against Corruption,
they get a rubber.
They get a rubber because they defended 3 times.
But we're pretending that they win.
Yeah.
So pretending that they win, 4th defense? Are you fucking kidding me? That means they are, if everyone wants to talk about GOAT team, herp derp, they are more than halfway there to the Patriots defense record.
Yeah, they're already halfway to the defense record. Yeah.
Oh, that's why I said over half.
Yeah.
So should they win, 4th defense, holy crap.
Yeah.
Should they lose the titles. But then again, they would get a rubber.
Get a rubber, yeah.
Let's say Corruption wins. They finally kind of get over that Shazam hump. They get to take the belts. They get to stay together. That's a lot to take. That's a lot to win. If they lose, they have to break up as a team, and they has Corruption beat Shazam? Yeah? No? Somebody will tell us because they always do.
I don't think they have. The only teams,
and I don't remember how.
The only teams that Shazam has lost to, I believe, because they have 2 losses to the record.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Founding Fathers,
Odd Couple,
and Odd Couple. Those are the only 2 teams they've lost to.
So I feel like what's on the line is tremendous. Shazam either gets their 4th defense or they lose the belt, but they would get a rubber if they lose. Corruption could win the belts, break the Shazam streak, get the belts, or break up. That's rough. Both teams got a lot on the line. So should Corruption accept this? Yeah. Oh my! What a pay-per-view that will be.
Oh my God! I think, in my opinion, there's more on the line for Corruption. I think they have more to lose.
They have their team
to
lose.
Again, bringing in that topic up, it's like, well, you want an automatic shot. You got to put more on the line other than...
It makes sense.
So I think because I remember when we were talking about before, it's like, wait, what? They just
get a title shot?
They're just gifting them a title shot?
But then, like you said, it's not totally gifting because of the way they performed.
Yeah.
And they performed top notch. And like you said, now they have a little bit more to lose.
It's almost like making a deal with the devil type of thing. It's like, you want this, right? Here's the price.
Here's the fine print.
Yeah, here's the fine print. Here's the price you have to pay if you don't cash in.
So it's a lot for Shannon, Chance, and Mike to contemplate.
Yeah.
I feel like, why wouldn't you take the title shot? Should they lose and they do have to break up? I mean, looks like Marisol needs a partner.
That's true too. You can.
It's just a matter of who. So you know,
who fits better with Marisol? Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world for Corruption. But it would suck. Yeah. Because you already have seen the powerhouse of a team Corruption can be. Team Corruption. So, yeah, lots on the line for both teams there. So we'll see. Because you also never know what's going to happen. Paul Yama's still running around with his free-for-all thing.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. Corruption is still the only team left standing from Anarchy. Am I wrong in saying that?
I mean, I'm probably the worst person that you could possibly ask.
Because Who's the Boss was one of them. I think Real Rejects... Yeah, no, that's right. Real Rejects and Corruption. Odd Couple was another Anarchy. No, they weren't. Were they?
That feels like it was about 10 years ago.
No, they weren't. Were they?
Pre-COVID times, who remembers that?
No, if I'm right, I think Corruption is the last team standing from the Anarchy shakeup.
I feel like you might be right.
So,
I don't know. I'm not a Schmoedown historian.
We'll see.
So,
because wouldn't that be crazy? It's like, well, it was a good run because the Anarchy was a while ago.
Yeah, I was saying it feels like it was about a decade.
Yeah.
Anything pre-COVID just seems like before the
seems...
dark times. It was like a long time ago. So I don't know, but I think
that's how I'm gonna refer to COVID now. Is the dark time.
The dark time.
For the dark time.
Yeah, it's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Things seem to be brightening up. I don't know. Maybe it's just because nobody wears masks anymore.
All we do is live in Florida.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I saw a video on TikTok today about how Denmark is like the best country ever. Best quality of living.
Quality of life.
Yeah. I'm like, want to move?
How's Canada nowadays?
I don't know. Brandon Meyer.
Well, no, I think he lives
you're not
here
listening to this, but if you are, hit us up, bro. You got a room?
Yeah. There was a time where I was like, let's get out of the States, move to Canada before they don't let us out.
Yeah. Well, things are easing up. So
hopefully.
But
there's more of those cutscenes though. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. Wow.
Back on track.
So that's your team's path potentially. And then let's talk about your singles path. I wish they would talk about a Star Wars path, but it doesn't seem like that's a thing. I'm hoping we have a Star Wars path. So I don't think it's a thing for Mike.
And for those who are wondering, we don't know anything. I know we say like we get information early sometimes. We don't know jack about anything happening with the Star Wars division. I have no clue what's happening.
Is there a Star Wars division? I don't know.
I'm not even joking. I have no idea. I wish I was joking.
By this time last year, you had already played 200 times. So, it is what it is.
What was it? April?
Wait, where are we? April?
No,
no, actually.
May was the rematch.
I'm jumping the gun a little bit.
Well, in the span that I've had, so if you compare the span of champions, were December, January, February, March, April, 5 months, I've probably competed 3 times.
In a mere month or two, you would have already played like 4 times.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. So his singles path.
Yeah.
Christian was saying, "Hey, listen, man. There's really not much of a preamble, not too much of a build up. Hey, man, you're gonna play Paige for Betty.
Yeah, because he's
So." Got to find a way to get him on some kind of a path, on some sort of a trajectory. And I guess that's going to start with, for this year. And I guess that's going to start with Miss Paige for Betty herself. And hey, man.
Yeah, she upset of the year last year.
She sure did. And I can only imagine she's probably been studying her little tail off because I've seen it firsthand. So that's going to be a really spicy match because you got 2 people. I love people like Mike Kalinowski and Paige for Betty who just trash talk with the confidence of reckless abandon.
Confidence of a Gen Z TikToker.
I wish I had the confidence of a Gen Z TikToker.
Yeah, me too. I feel I film all my TikToks in this room. I still feel stupid doing them.
The fact that people go out into like the world and they're like
public.
Let me show you how I order my Starbucks latte. And then it's today and it's Monday and I'm going to show you what I order when I go to Starbucks. Come with me and get ready with me.
I want to be at Celebration just walking and talking to my phone. But I just don't have that in me.
I get embarrassed being on a real phone call in public.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say anything weird like, Mom, I got to go. I'm about to check out at the store.
Because I have this great idea I want to do at Celebration with like everybody.
That's gonna be fun.
I hope, but it's like, do I want like that panic?
Let's find a back corner where nobody can see us.
Yes, sort of like that. But like, I know if I want this idea to go through, I'm gonna have to get over that.
I'm gonna have to throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to get over it. Just like, you know what? Everybody's probably doing the same thing I am right now.
Probably. Oh, please. So that's all you're gonna see at Celebration. A typical day.
A bunch of people doing this like.
A typical day at Star Wars
One
Celebration.
thing you will never find me doing is doing the whole like straw hat thing. You don't follow the guy. He's a movie dude. But you hold your earbuds, the microphones to your earbuds. You'll never find me doing that. I have a bazillion microphones I can plug into my phone.
But also, like, if you have earbuds in your ears, isn't it like designed to be right here so you don't
TikTok
have to do that?
is very weird with how it records sound, I found. Like, I don't, that's my biggest complaint. It's like, fix it.
What do you think of those people that have the really tiny microphones?
That I won't do either.
I think they're kind of funny.
Because of the lapels. Put it on your lapel.
Is it?
Yeah, some people all the time, like little tiny condenser microphones.
I don't know the words.
Yeah, like the little.
It just looks like a tiny microphone.
Yeah.
They're like, hello.
Those
are kind of fun.
If
It
it's
depends. Like there's one guy who I think he uses the tiny little microphones and he interviews like kindergartners. Like, hey man, how smart are you?
I like the one with the dogs and and they bite onto
Somebody works at like a doggy daycare and they're like, hey rascal, how's your day going today? And the dog just like bites the hell out of this microphone. They're like, thank you for that. And they go on to the next dog and they just sniff it. It's tremendous.
No.
It's the best. But yeah, no, I don't think I could ever be that.
I'm just.
Yeah, I'm in Times Square and I'm going to do this dance for you. I hope you enjoy it.
I want to do this idea.
I'm embarrassed
so
existing.
badly, and I think everybody will have a great time doing this video.
I hope we do it. I hope we do it.
I want to.
I hope we stick to it.
I got to put my feelers out to everybody.
It'll be a really fun video.
To do this.
It'd be a fun, cute video. And I every time we take a trip, I want to have like a highlight video.
Don't tell them the secret.
I didn't give away anything. Anytime we take a trip, I'm like, hey, can we just take videos and then put a montage together? And it's like, yeah, that sounds like fun. And then do we ever do it?
Mm-hmm. We did it once. For our career trip.
Well, that was a big trip. So yeah. But this time,
I want to make it happen.
We gonna do it.
We gonna make it happen.
So anyways, Mike Kalinowski has to play a Phage for Betty. Phage for Betty. Page for Betty. I can't say that name too fast. Page for Betty. So yeah, and Mike's like, yo, who's that? Shannon's like, oh no, I know her. So it's gonna be interesting. The two people who are like, I'm amazing, and they're gonna come and go head to head with each other. Yes, please. Mm-hmm. So I cannot wait. And Paige is not afraid to go toe to toe with somebody trash talking in person or on social media.
Yeah.
Same with Mike Kalinowski. He's one of the best at it.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes he holds back. Sometimes he's a little quiet. We'll see what happens if she's able to get it out of him. We'll see if they go toe to toe on social media, but I'm sure they'll go toe to toe.
Oh yeah.
Live in the studio. So I'm excited to see what that how that shapes out.
Yep.
Okay. And then we had another cutscene. Raddus finds Christian. He's pissed. Mm-hmm. That team's match didn't go his way. He wanted to launch his own investigation, whatever.
Yeah.
Long story short, Christian's like, and he's with Lomas, of course.
Yeah. And I think he's not upset that he lost. Well, everybody's upset when they lose, but I think he's more upset that Christian allowed Guy to come back. Because
it's like, hey, bro, you had a clock and he got it in right before the clock expired.
Yeah. I think Raddus was banking on that nobody was going to team up with Guy.
Yeah.
With Bateman.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, Christian was like, no, it's all cool, man. I got a match for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the stipulation of the team's match, Raddus, you're obviously going to play Bateman. Mm-hmm. And with Lomas, he was like, hey, man, I was really impressed with that Spider-Man pull. I'm going to give you an IG match against Elena Jordan.
She was just roaming around the studio right now.
Chilling around the studio. And Lomas with the line of, well, I have seen both Star Wars movies. I went, tell me more. Please continue that sentence. So he's seen both Star Wars movies, so can't get much better than that.
I do like Christian's roulette. Something you might want to work on. Anyways.
Yeah, that was real great. So, so he's seen all 2 Star Wars movies, so he's ready for his IG match. Let's head into the IG match, bros.
The undercard.
So the undercard, we've got, I want to say Alana, but I think they kept saying Elena in the match, like Elena of Avalor.
Elena of Avalor.
I'm trying to think of how the song goes.
Something grand. I can't. We haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, we haven't. It's a show that our daughter used to watch. Yeah. Elena of Avalor on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
It's a really good show.
It's a good show.
There was at one point I was like, you were telling me things about this show that I was like, wait, what happened there? Who is that? And I'm like, what are you about to compete in the children's show movie trivia Schmoedown?
Fun Disney fact. I believe I heard somewhere that Elena of Avalor is the first Disney princess to actually be crowned queen. Spoiler alert, at the end of the series, she gets crowned queen.
Don't have to watch it now. Better tell him.
Mark Hamill had a voice in the last season.
I'm going to break the bad news to our daughter that she don't have to watch it anymore. He did. You're right.
He did.
Was he
He was one of the
Jacquins?
No, he was one of the demon spirit guys that he had a dual personality type of thing.
Yeah, you're right.
On.
Well,
it was basically the Joker voice.
If Mark Hamill's in it, it's
I tweeted at it and he liked it.
Oh my God, we're basically friends. He also tweeted about our daughter one time.
That's awesome.
It's whatever. No biggie. So anyways, Elena Jordan, the Punisher, the Pun-isher.
Oh, is that why she... Okay. Is that why... I was wondering why she was doing the ticks. Wow. I don't pay attention at all.
You really weren't. there wasn't even like... Yeah, you weren't paying attention.
Wow. What was I doing? Wow.
Not paying attention.
Not paying attention to
Elena, the Punisher Jordan, going up against Brother Lomas, Brolo, El Cunado. Round 1 in this IG match.
El Cunado.
If you're a fan of
the league,
please let us know. Brolo, El Cunado. That's Elena called him Brolo at one point, and I went, "Wow, I wish that was a reference to the league." I assume it's not, but I wish it was. So, anyways, round 1, Elena missed a question about Raiders of the Lost Ark, Superman Returns, something about Guardians of the Galaxy with Drax.
Yeah.
Something about Back to the Future. They both missed a question with something about the Amazing Spider-Man.
I think did Lomas miss the Drax question too?
I didn't write that he did.
Oh, okay then.
No, I think he got it right. I think he got it right.
Yeah.
By the end of round 1, 5-9 in favor of Lomas. So he only missed the one. Round 2, Elena spins away from swashbuckling adventure and pulp. What's pulp?
I think we had a discussion before.
Don't like it in my orange juice, am I right, ladies? And so she...
Don't like pulp.
Don't like pulp.
Right on, get it.
She gets Hasbro, which
Woof.
From what I understand is just Transformers franchise.
There's more. I think... Are Legos? No, Legos not Hasbro.
Is Toy Story Hasbro?
No.
Barbies, they don't... I think they're... Are they Hasbro? I don't think they have a movie.
Yeah, but it was basically all
basically Transformers.
Just Transformers.
I know there's more to it than Transformers, but
it's just she got all Transformers questions basically.
Yeah. So she did have 3 2-point misses. One was not stolen. 2 were stolen. And then she went to multiple choice twice. Missed one. That got stolen. And then she got the other one. Rough round 2.
Yeah. That's
I wish she had remembered multiple choice. From what I understand, I think she comes from the FCL.
So she's not completely
She's not totally new to the game.
Yeah.
But I wish she had exercised her multiple choice in those first 3 ones, because at least 2 of them she was like, is it this? I'm like, girl, multiple choice. What's happening?
And I'm surprised they didn't, because usually when that happens,
when somebody's kind of like floundering a little bit, they'll kind of bring it up.
Yeah, the answer's like,
especially if they're
opting not to go to multiple choice.
Right.
Because like, and we've actually complained about this before on the show. It's like, stop prompting and coaching basically, but
because that's what a manager's for. But not everybody has managers this season. Blah blah blah. And I also I feel like there should be a little bit more grace given to people that are on the newer side. So maybe they did and I don't remember, but I'm surprised they didn't do it more.
Yeah.
In this round 2, not that they did anything wrong. It's not their responsibility.
Yeah.
They gave the rules at the top of round 2, and if you're not listening, that's on you.
Yeah.
It's a courtesy whenever they do that. It's not. It shouldn't be expected. But it happened. Definitely happened. Lomas goes. He spins away from Alien vs Predator, and he gets TMNT. The Turtles.
Or Teenagers and Mutants. Rachel was on the desk for this one too, right?
She was.
Love seeing Rachel on the desk.
Went to multiple choice one time. Got it. And we didn't even exit round 2 before 6-21 in favor of Brother Lomas with a complete and total knockout. Not even technical.
First KO of the season.
A total knockout.
It's the first KO we've seen in a while too, like just straight up knockout.
Yeah.
In a 3-round match too.
Yeah.
That's real hard to get a straight off knockout in a 3-round match.
Yeah. It was a match.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I will give only this is like it'll be really easy just to like coming out of your second round, just be like it sucks to get beaten down.
For sure.
But like her spirits were up the entire time.
Yes,
so
I will give her that for sure. Because she came in with a very intense character.
Yeah.
It was a lot for me, if I'm being honest.
And that's we said it before. A lot of times when somebody's new to the platform, because she's from the FCL, so she's not completely new to the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
But being out on the stage. Who knows, lights, just the atmosphere of the studio. We say it all the time. A lot of rookies will go hard their first time, and
because you want to make your mark.
Yeah,
you want, especially if you have a character, you want to really drive it home so you can be memorable and have people be like, "Oh, you got to see that person back." Blah blah blah. So yeah, so I'm sure, and this is just this idiot's opinion. I'm sure there are plenty of people. I did see a comment from somebody who was like, "Oh, this is the best character we've seen in a couple seasons." I'm like, okay, you know what? We're all entitled to our opinions.
She has a very refreshing take on what she wants to do. Like, and again, the whole Punisher thing went over my head. I was like, why is she taking off things?
Really?
I did not pick up on that.
I think they even hyphenated the word Punisher. Wow. I don't think you were. Well, he's probably TikTok. He hit 5,000. He exceeded 5,000. So
save it for the other show.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to cut it out?
No, it's okay.
Sorry, my bad. I'm the a-hole over here. That's probably what you were doing. If we're being honest with ourselves.
I'm one of those TikTokers that any notification I get, I'm constantly like, ooh. Like every notification I get, I get excited for.
And I'm like, put down the phone, my man.
Somebody likes it. Somebody follows. Somebody, comments. I haven't gotten any duets as much. I've only got like 3 people duetted me.
That's why whenever now I am work from home full time, which is, but when I did go into the office, if I texted you and you didn't, because like we use a certain texting platform where you can see if they've seen it or not.
Kakao Talk.
Kakao. And if I texted you and I saw that you hadn't seen it for at least like 30 minutes or even an hour, I'm like, I know your phone is a part of your hand at this point. I know it has integrated into your musculature at this point. How have you not seen my texts? So this is my life, ladies and gentlemen. So if I had to guess why you didn't see that, that would be my guess. Probably. Because I think they made it pretty clear. So she had her little thing where she was keeping track of her puns, and I was kind of like, okay, this is a bit. It's a bit.
Yeah, it's a fun little bit.
I do really respect and enjoy, like you said.
She stuck to it.
Her spirits were up.
Yeah, and she had a couple of puns and digs at herself. So
exactly, a lot of people might kind of abandon their character after a certain point. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. It was a knockout. It was a pretty decisive knockout. Yeah. It was a rough match.
Yeah, a
lot of people, they might abandon the character thing and kind of lose a little bit of steam. Yeah. After your round 2 doesn't go, the way you want it to. But I really respect and love the fact that she kept it going even after the match concluded. So I was like, better than me. So yeah, and I love that.
Yeah, and we also see a lot of competitors, even if that they perform really well, like all the trash talk happens, all the character works at the beginning of the walkouts and all that stuff. And then when the match starts, it's like they almost abandon all the character work. And then when the match is over, all right, trying to ramp up the character work again. So it's like...
But then it becomes an issue of, are you letting your character work get in the way of your gameplay?
Yeah.
Are you... Because I saw somebody, I think somebody made the comment of, was she mentally taxing herself too much? Not only did you have to think of your trivia answers.
Yeah, I think your puns.
I got to think of my puns to be funny and get a laugh out of the crowd. Like, were you taxing yourself too much? Does the audience even care? Are they fun? Are they just happy to see a fun character? Do they even care that you're not winning? Like... Who knows? And it's all up to each individual person's preferences. There's half the audience probably loved her, thought she was hilarious. The other half was probably like, maybe not for me. Do some people think that her character work got in the way a little bit? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe even if she had just completely, blank face answered all of her questions, maybe she still would have performed the same. Who knows? So I don't think we'll ever actually know. But I do respect the fact that she committed to her character.
Yeah.
That's something that it takes a special person to commit to a character that hard.
Yeah, especially nowadays with the Schmoedown, you don't really see that as much anymore. A lot of people, me, myself included, are 100% game. I wouldn't want to worry or distract myself with that kind of thing. Yeah.
Trying to think of some witty comeback. Unless it just kind of pops into my head, which sometimes it does. And even if it did, probably wouldn't say it. Yeah. Depends on the mood. But I do love the fact that she committed to her character. Will we see her again? I don't know. That remains to be seen. So Lomas, though, the fact that this was his debut match.
Yeah.
I would like to assume that we'd probably see him get another match.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. He did have a respectable showing. He missed one in round 1. I don't honestly remember how many questions deep he got into round 2. What would have happened had we made it to round 3 remains to be seen.
Who knows? But I can completely see him going up against somebody like, who else has one win this year? Hannah.
Like a newer person. Well, Hannah's not newer,
but we're trying to, because as far as IG competitors go, I think the next logical step in this path.
It's not really a vast pool.
Not about, it's not like the singles where like everybody, there's a lot of people out there, and we're trying to find that number 1 contender to fill out that match against Kevin Smets. Hannah's probably the next logical.
Well, Hannah just got a win.
Yeah.
Lomas just got a win. Maybe. Who knows?
That's a complete possibility. So we'll see what happens with that. And I don't know if Lomas is local. I don't think he is.
I have actually no idea.
So who knows?
Who knows? But fun match, lighthearted match, 2 tremendous personalities.
Yes.
So it's always fun, and it's always good, like we've said, to have some levity. Every single match doesn't have to be 51-50.
Yeah.
Every single match doesn't have to be.
It would get exhausting.
I'm super serious. It would.
It'd get real exhausting. We've had this conversation before. Like if every match was like a titled atmosphere type of like, like that. A lot of people aren't in it for that.
Exactly.
So,
and I feel like a lot of people wrote off Elena. It sounds so weird to call her Elena when I think it's spelled Alana.
Yeah.
To me, that's Alana, but I'm assuming they know her better than I do.
I don't know.
And I think,
we're not familiar with this competitor.
I think Mark kept calling her Elena, so that's why I'm saying it that way. I hope I'm right. But but like I feel like a lot of people were really quick to write her off and be like, came from the FCL and her performance in the FCL is blah blah blah, and she, got knocked out.
You get on the desk.
First of all, you get on the desk.
You get on the desk, try to answer these questions.
First of all, you get up there, put your money where your mouth is, because we'd see how it goes.
Yeah, and I always say that. Like, if you can do better,
exactly.
Let me see you do better.
Go
ahead. Let me see you do better.
Join us. I think every single Titans, Christian has that segment where he goes, "Oh, I always see people in the comments like, oh, I could do this. I could be that person. I got all those questions right. Do it.
Auditions are open.
Send in your information, my dudes. Do it, because it's hard enough getting up there. So." Yeah, sure, she got knocked out. Yeah, sure, it wasn't the best showing. I respect the woman for getting up there. Yeah. Especially, and I don't mean to make it about this, but especially as a lady in the space. Yeah. Especially as a female person in a traditionally male geeky space. Yeah. Male dominated space. I think that makes it even more a little bit more intimidating to get out there, because especially if you lose, it's like, oh, this chick doesn't know what she's doing. Yeah. And it makes it a lot easier for people to write you off. And I have seen a lot of comments writing her off. I bet those people be like, it wasn't because she's a girl, blah, blah, blah. It's like, a little bit maybe. But like, I respect the woman for getting in there. Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to see her again. She has a really fun personality. We'll see. I don't know. So I assume we'll see Lomas again, considering he just got a knockout. Yeah. So I'd like to think we'd see him again, and it would be fun to see Elena get some sort of something. Yeah. Because she had a fun stage presence, and it's always fun to get that kind of a levity to your matches, especially in an undercard. Yeah. I mean, when you get your higher stakes matches, that's when things tend to get a bit more serious. But like you said, things can't always be like trivia, because that would get really old. It's going to steer people away. Like, that's what the season is about anymore. It's exactly. You were trying to get back to like when you first got into like, what? Why is this dude yelling into the camera? Yeah. What's going on? Exactly. And then you were hooked. And also, have the Wild Berries won every match with flying colors? No. As long as you're entertaining, it's kind of like a who cares. Yeah. So, and there's always going to be characters that hit with some people and miss with others. That's just kind of the nature of everything. Yeah. Entertainment wise. So, it was a little bit of a messy match, but it happened. So, you'll see matches like this every once in a while. Exactly. So. They can't all be high accuracy, high PPE performances, So I'm interested to see who Lomas goes up against next, considering that this is his first foray in IG. I have the utmost respect for anybody who goes from teams and singles into IG.
Yeah.
Anybody that's a multi-divisional
cross-divisional competitor, yeah.
it's like, how?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. So, and even IG, even if you're up, anything really.
Any step into IG, yeah.
And not even just IG, really any division.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you do this with your brain? I don't get it.
We compete in one division. It's hard enough, so.
One division with 2 movies. So I don't know how anybody does.
I know, man.
I've seen both Star Wars movies, and I don't know how the rest of you do it. Anyways, we have a cut scene now.
That was good. That was a good one.
I've seen both of them, all 2. So we have a cut scene. Not too much really happening, just kind of leading into the next match. We have Bateman and Raddus meeting up, talking trash, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And Raddus is like, hey, man, I'll put it all on the line right now.
Give me a bunch of 5-pointers.
Hey, man, give me some questions.
Hey, random dude.
Random dude walks by. Give me some questions. Not going to lie. I don't know how many questions the guy asked, but 99% of them were singles and teams type of questions. One was a Star Wars question. Don't ask me if any of these singles and teams questions were right answers or not, but I have a sneaking suspicion that they weren't all accurate.
Yeah.
I go out on a limb here. So I think that's funny. I think it would be funnier if I knew about movies and I knew what all the answers were. I think that scene would have hit me harder if I knew the answers to all those questions. I'm sure that somebody like a Bateman or a Bibiani or, any other person would be like, no, no, that's not the answer. But in any case, the guy was like, yeah, man, you got it. Yeah, man, you got it. Wow, you're amazing. And Bateman's just kind of like, all right, whatever, man. I'll see you in the ring.
Yeah.
And Raddus at the end of the scene was like, you find out that he was like in cahoots with the guy. And he's like, hey, man, you read them perfectly just as I wrote them. So.
Might want to check your notes there, Raddus.
Might want to
fact check.
Double check some things that you got in your notes. Anyways, heading into the overcard. So yeah, a little bit of somewhat of a kind of a grudge match.
Yeah.
Because we're coming off of the heels of the Reckoning versus Team Action. And now we just got a 1v1 of Bateman and Raddus now. The greatest
Mano y
players.
mano.
Mano y mano. No bro low this time. No guy. Just Bateman, just
managing
Raddus.
you, but yeah.
Right. Kate couldn't be there, so Guy was there to manage. Granted, writing was on the wall. Guy already told us he was going to manage Bateman, so, surprise. But, yeah. So, again, 2 tremendous personalities. Different. Raddus, hilarious.
Yeah.
Very funny. I have enjoyed his character from the beginning. Again, Raddus, I'm like, yeah, give me more.
Yeah.
I bet there's people out there that's like, no.
Yeah.
It's, funny how. That's just kind of how entertainment works. I personally think Raddus is hilarious.
I do remember meeting Raddus in person for the first time at Spectacular.
I don't feel like I got to talk to him at all.
Well, I said,
I was in his presence. He was, okay, so we were listening. So we were listening to Christian brief us. And I remember, I think Raddus walked up right here.
Yeah.
And I looked back and I was like, that's Rick Raddus. And I don't think I ever got to talk to him.
I said hey to him.
I don't think I ever
but
got
like,
to
I remember,
and I never got a Rager pin.
I specifically remember turning around and he's just standing there like
in his like
it was
American flag
robe. I'm like, and I specifically remember like chuckling and he's like, what?
like you.
I'm like, you. It's nice to meet you.
I think I was too awkward.
Yeah.
I don't think I said anything to him. I don't think I did.
I think I just said hey and introduced myself, and that was pretty much the extent of our
I might have
interaction.
said hi. I don't even remember
but
anymore.
Yeah, I specifically remember turning around and he had just like this
in my silk American flag bathrobe. I think it was an American flag.
It's just I turned like, oh my god, dude, and he's like, hey, what's up? Like, it's nice to meet you.
Yo, I wish I would have said something. Maybe I would have gotten a pin, but like, there's always next time. But so, because I do want, the only like Schmoedown pin I have right now is Josh McCuca for Jeopardy. Yeah. I have a sticker and a pin, but I would love to get my, Schmoedown flair built up a little bit. I think pins would be a funny way to do that. Yeah. But
for those who have their own pins.
Which I think it's Raddus. I think it might just be him. But I think that'd be a fun thing. Yeah. Can you imagine if like players had little pins and they threw them out to the audience and stuff? That'd be great. They could sign them if they wanted to.
Yeah, they could.
A little merchy opportunity. I don't know. Because they give out like the flyers and the pictures and everything. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, it would be.
I don't think Skybound wants to absorb that expense.
Everything is an expense because,
unless the competitors want to do it themselves.
It's going to be a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
So heading into this match, the overcard, we have Rager Rick Raddus.
Triple R,
R cubed. And he's just kind of representing himself, No faction, no exchange this year, going up against Benjamin Bateman, the boss. Ben Bateman representing the Den. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oops, didn't mean to type that. Okay, here we go. Round 1. Bateman missed a question about something about Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of those like, what movie was she not in?
Was she not in?
And I think it was Troy, and I think he said
some
movie with a longer title.
The longer title.
Sky Captain and whatever with Tomorrow or something. Gonna go on a limb and say I haven't seen it. The Sky Captain and the something whatever of Tomorrow. Actually, I think I might have seen it. I think I was in some kind of, I don't know if it was high school. It wasn't college, but I feel like we took a field trip to the movie theater to see it because it was like a historical drama.
Oh yeah.
Sky Captain and the Edge of Tomorrow. I think I'm merging. Edge of Tomorrow is another movie, right?
Sky Captain.
Hold on. It's what's his face? Russell Crowe. Hold on. Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. Wait, okay, while I'm in Google, is Edge of Tomorrow a movie?
Yeah, it's the one with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
Word. Anyways, Angelina Jolie wasn't in it.
No,
so that's the bottom line here. Raddus, however, Ricky Rager got a perfect round. But he did miss the bonus. So by the end of round 1, it was 9-10 in favor of Raddus. Round 2, he lets Ben go first because he knows Ben likes to play from behind. So this time he makes him play from the front. Ben goes first. He spins away from Spike Lee. And he gets DreamWorks animation. And I kind of went, uh-oh.
Yeah, not his best category.
Multiple choice. Twice. Got one. Missed one. It got stolen. About 2 or 3 questions too late, Andrew Guy, the stand-in manager, came in and said, I want to challenge The Secret Life of Pets wasn't a DreamWorks film.
And it wasn't.
Even though Ben got the question right.
Yeah.
Somebody said something about this that I thought was very interesting. So when we watched that, I don't think that was the one Ben went to multiple choice on. I think he answered dog outright.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were watching it, we were like, dog? Is that too obvious? Because I haven't seen the second one. I saw the first one.
Yeah, I saw the first one.
But it was kind of like, oh, this character voiced by whoever was what kind of animal. And I was like, dog's too obvious. Kevin Hart was a bunny. Like, I don't know. But I guess the answer was dog anyway. And then like literally 2 or 3 questions later, Guy challenges on a question he got right. And it was like, what's happening? Why are you challenging this? First of all, it's too late.
Yeah.
Second of all, he got it right.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So I just thought it was odd. I thought it was like Guy just being Guy. But somebody goes, wait a minute. Was this actually a brilliant move as Guy, as the manager? I don't think I told you about this. Somebody goes, I wish I'd done a little bit more homework before I talked about this. I don't know if Guy came out with this after the stolen question on multiple choice.
Yeah.
Maybe this was when Guy did that.
Yeah.
After that question. I don't know. But somebody goes, was this actually a brilliant strategy by Guy to give Ben, he noticed again, Ben was getting a little bit flustered. Was this a brilliant way without the use of timeouts to get Ben to have a breather, make him laugh a little bit, get his head back into the game?
Yeah, maybe.
You know that you're not going to get this challenge. You're way too late. The question happened 2 or 3 questions ago. He got it right. Why are you challenging it? Was this just a brilliant strategic move to give Ben a breather for a second and get his head back in the game? And I went, wow, cool observation. I don't know. Because I don't remember exactly if this came after the steal, after Raddus got the steal. I don't know. If it did, actually, that's kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
If you talk to Guy, maybe he's like, I don't know, I was just feeling squirrely that day. I don't know. But in any case, it's fun to think about because that would actually be kind of brilliant. We love the theatrics. We love a good action moment with, Guy and Bateman. It's just kind of funny. Whoa, crazy Andrew Guy. Why would he challenge a question Ben got right? Maybe he was just giving him a second. So that's kind of cool to think about.
Yeah. But I think I did look it up.
And it wasn't DreamWorks.
No, it's Universal, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
And somebody pointed that out in the comments, and they were like, "He got it right. Who cares?" Which is true. Mm-hmm. Anyways, moving on to Raddus. He spins away from James Stewart and gets the 90s. A little bit of a rough round here for the Rager. Multiple choice. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. What are there? 5 questions around 2?
5 questions around 2. Multiple
choice 4 times. Missed 3 of them, and they all got stolen. Oof. Got the last one. And I took a note here that there was one time that one of the times he went to multiple choice and missed it. Mm-hmm. I think he went to multiple choice, and before he answered, he was taking a little bit of a pause to think about it. Mm-hmm. And Ben kind of snickered very obviously.
Yeah.
I think it's classic Ben, and I love it. Mm-hmm. Because if you're already going to multiple choice, you're already not, obviously, I'm not giving you some deep revelation here. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you're not sure of the answer, or you just want to kind of confirm with yourself.
Yeah.
If you didn't need multiple choice, you wouldn't be going to multiple choice. So the fact that he goes to multiple choice, he's already not 100%. He's already taking a second to think about it and not just answering it right away. Ben laughs audibly into the mic. I feel like if somebody's already playing behind, that might kind of get to them to be like, oh, great. Oh, no. This is what happened. Mm-hmm. Question happened. Raddus is thinking about it before he goes to multiple choice. Ben laughs at the fact that he's not answering it right away. Mm-hmm. And initially I was like,
you're letting
him, you're showing your cards, and you're letting him know that you know the answer, and you think it's funny that he doesn't right away. Mm-hmm. So you're prompting him to go to multiple choice to cut your steal opportunity down to 1.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it's a brilliant move. What are you looking at?
I know. I'm just checking the monitor.
Okay, just making sure. I'm trying to make a
Sorry.
Lord have mercy. But I think it was actually a brilliant move, because most competitors, if you're not 100% sure, you're going to check down anyway. Mm-hmm. It's not like they have no idea and they go, oh, wait a minute, Ben sounds like he knows it. I guess I should check down to multiple choice. He was probably going to do it anyway. So I think it was actually a really brilliant move, mm-hmm. and very in line with his character that he would laugh. He's already not sure, and now he's probably second guessing himself even further. Like, oh, what is this, an obvious question? Am I overthinking it? Blah blah blah. So just
it's Ben Bateman.
Another reason why I love Bateman, because he just plays the part so well, and I think he ended up missing that question and Ben stole it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I just think it's funny. So at the end of round 2, 14-19 in favor of Bateman. Round 3, 2-pointer for Raddus. Oscars. What 2020 Pixar film won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature in 2021? It was Soul. He said Onward, which they thought was very funny.
Yeah.
And he missed it. 3-pointer for Raddus. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise appears in what 2008 war comedy as movie producer Les Grossman opposite Ben Stiller and Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder. Got it. I got that one too.
Good movie.
Fun movie. Booty Sweat. 5-pointer for Raddus. Animated. I can't believe Booty Sweat was a 5-pointer at one point.
Yeah.
That's
a 3 at the very least.
I mean, it all. I'm saying that as subjectivity.
Yeah.
But I also think it's just hilarious. 5-pointer for Raddus. Animated. You'll find Angus, a Highland bull voiced by David Tennant, in which 2017 animated film with Daveed Diggs, Anthony Anderson, and Peyton Manning. Mm-hmm. Ferdinand? Never heard of it.
I think Manning was a bull. I remember, I didn't watch the movie. I remember specifically watching a clip. I'm like, hey, it's Peyton Manning.
Never seen it. Never even heard of it. The never seeing it's not surprising. I think never heard of it.
The main character, Ferdinand, was Cena. John Cena!
You can't say it without doing it.
Yeah.
Anyways, he had that teed up, answered it immediately.
Ready to go.
Sent it back to Ben, avoided the TKO. Mm-hmm. 2-pointer for Bateman. The Scotts. Tony Scott directed Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in what film about a race car driver named Cole Trickle? Days of Thunder. Got it. 3-pointer for Bateman. 2000s. Which 2000s crime film directed by Guy Ritchie features Jason Statham as Turkish and Brad Pitt as One Punch Mickey O'Neill? Hilarious movie title. Mm-hmm. Snatch. He got it. 22-24 in favor of Ben the boss Bateman.
Didn't it go exactly I thought it would?
I mean, they both had some.
It was a rough round 2 for both of them.
Raddus got a steal in round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ben got a couple more in round 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That round 2 was pivotal for
It
both.
made me a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, regardless of who you're rooting for,
Mm-hmm.
you see Raddus up by 1 at the end of round 1, that always makes you kind of go, ooh.
Yeah.
And then you see Ben go first. He goes to multiple choice a couple times, misses one, it gets stolen. You're kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, I've said that I love Ben Bateman multiple times.
Yeah.
So I was a little nervous in round 2, like, oh no. But I also love Raddus. So it didn't quite go, I don't know. It was an interesting match.
Yeah.
Like round 2, kind of scary for both of them in a little bit. Raddus, it went a little bit more sideways for him. But
yeah, it really, for Raddus, it really came down to that round 2.
You always wonder what would happen and you're never going to know.
The what ifs.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. What would have happened if they both had spun something different?
Yeah.
Because Bateman spun away from Spike Lee. Raddus spun away from James Stewart. Maybe that was a yucky wheel for both of them.
Maybe.
So the fact that they both spun away from something, got something else, and kind of had to navigate their way through it is kind of like interesting. What on that wheel would you have liked? I don't remember what's on the wheel.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that's the one thing about this season. I really hope they switch the wheel up in a couple of episodes, or because I just turn the text, make it vertical or something, have it written down sideways.
I miss the pictures.
I miss it. I didn't get why they're
I'm
getting away from the picture.
100% sure there's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is.
I just wish they would make the text larger and put it sideways so you can
So it's a little easier to
it's a
read.
little easier to read.
Yeah, whenever we're watching, I do have to be like, he spun Spike Lee. Like I do kind of have to really look.
And I have not been the nicest about the color scheme.
I don't mind it.
I
like purple.
I don't like it. I don't like it. But
I do remember the one time, I think the first Titans, that you were going into this big discussion of why I don't like this and what I would do differently with that. And I'm just like, I like purple.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I've heard that it's a temporary thing, so we'll see. But that's the wheel. It's just one of those things where it's just I'm nitpicking at this point. I love the format.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, I love the format. It's just, again, these little stupid little nitpicky things that the color scheme and the thumbnails for the individual matches.
Anyways, the match. I thought it was an interesting match. So I cannot wait to see what is next for Ben. And also, Raddus, he's 3-1.
Yeah, it's not a shabby record.
I wouldn't even say the word shabby. That's a great record.
Yeah.
Most people would love to be
3-1. Yeah.
What was that, 500? Whatever you call
Above
it.
500. Yeah.
There you go.
Do you know what that means?
You have more wins than losses?
Yes.
Sports.
500 means you're even. You have the same number because
Yeah. So he's got a 3-1 record. That is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. Say what you will about the opponents he's faced. He just faced Ben Bateman, a former singles champion of the world. And Ben didn't have to answer his 5, but it was a respectable showing.
Yeah.
They both didn't get exactly what they wanted in round 2. It happens, So I know with Raddus, first of all, his character and persona, too good to not see him again.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going to happen tournament wise.
Well,
we have a 400-person tournament.
We're a ways away from.
Well, I know we're a ways away, but the fact I'm just assuming that it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think the tournament will be as big as it has in the last couple of seasons because of digital. Digital, you had so much more freedom and so many competitors last season.
Right.
Now that the rosters are cut in half, I think the tournament is going to be smaller this season.
And things are in person.
Yeah. And free for all's around the corner, so
that's true.
We might see free for all. Maybe see him in free for all.
I can only imagine we're going to see him in free for all. But when you have a 3-1 record, that is a great record. A lot of people would absolutely kill to get a 3-1 record, especially your first match into your sophomore season. That's a great record.
Yeah.
And he's got a fantastic character work. So excited to see where he lands next. Bateman, love him.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's starting his season off with a win in teams and
in
singles.
yeah.
I don't know who he's going to face next because, like you said, the singles
pool is much wider.
Vast.
It's more open.
So, I almost thought it would have been fun had he called out Paige. But now that we know that Paige is going against Kalinowski, that's not going to happen. Maybe they'll meet up at some point in the future. How could you not have a Bateman for Betty rematch? I digress.
Yeah.
But, excited to see. I love watching Ben compete. And like he said in the post-match interview, he loves performing in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I think Ben is so much more suited for the studio matches than he is digital. And that's, testament to how he played last season. I think the digital age just wasn't his speed.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
So I have been waiting to see him in front of a crowd. Didn't know we were going to get Guy.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting to see Ben get back in front of a crowd because I feel like he just feeds off of that energy and I love it. I love watching him in front of a crowd. So excited to see where he ends up next. Speaking of the post-match interview, weird.
Yeah, this was strange.
Weird.
It's coming out of Guy.
Weird.
Yeah.
They're talking about the match. Okay, cool. You got the win. Great. So what's up with team action? And Guy, he's doing his normal Guy thing. He's got a drum. I don't know why, but I love it and inject it into my veins.
Yeah.
But he's got his drum, whatever. Hey, Jessica. And Jen asked something about team action. And the next thing you know, his glasses, Guy's sunglasses come off. And all of a sudden, he just kind of he's Andrew Guy.
Yeah.
He's not dastard. He's not the dastardly one. He's not debonair. He's just Andrew Guy all of a sudden. And he almost sounds like he's speaking from his heart.
Yeah. Genuine Andrew Guy.
What's happening? What's happening? So, and he was like, oh, you know what? It kind of made, long story short, it kind of sounded like, yeah, this was just a one-time thing with team action. It was fun. We don't need to do it anymore. I'm happy on the desk. And
yeah,
that's kind of it. And it seemed very genuine. It seemed very heartfelt. And I was like, is this real or is this some kind of weird character work? But I feel like it felt genuine, but he's also an actor. So I don't know. But I also feel like if we're reading into, maybe they're doing a split personality, I think we might be reading too far into it.
Yeah.
I think it was genuine. I do assume he feels comfortable on the desk.
And I like him better on the desk too. I really like seeing Andrew Guy.
I wouldn't go that far.
Not bad. You know what I mean? I do. I think, like you said, his place is on the desk, and I think he has more to offer on the desk.
I like him on both.
I do. I do love seeing
him.
I do love seeing Andrew Guy being Andrew Guy and desk humping and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think what this, especially this, with the reboot season, Christian says we might see these one-off things coming here and there.
You never know.
And this might be prepping us for stuff like that. We've always wanted to see team action back again. One more ride. Boom, here you go. All right, it's here and it's gone. Yeah. Maybe it's just warming us up for more stuff like that.
Well, and I also think at one point Guy said something about how, you never know, the door is always open.
Yeah. So
it's comforting to hear that. It's comforting to not hear him say, nope, done 100%. I think he said at one point, the door's open. You yawning?
No.
Am I boring you?
No.
But it's nice to hear the door's always open. Although I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting team action to perform again. If they do, happy birthday to me.
I would love to see an Andrew Guy free for all moment again. Just him coming out
that would be pretty funny.
Calling on another, just bury Dan Morrell. Then Dan Morrell comes out and knocks him over the head and get out of here. I'm here.
Hilarious.
For that'd be funny to do.
I just like that it's there.
Yeah.
It happened. Will it happen again? Who knows?
Yeah. And if it is the first time, the only time we get to see it this season,
at least we got that.
At least we got that, and it was a great time.
That. It was a really fun time.
Yeah.
So it was just a weird moment where it was like, is this real or is this acting? I'm not really 100% sure, but I think it's real. So yeah, we'll see what happens for both Bateman and Raddus. 100% sure we're going to see both in some capacity, and just not sure what their paths are going to be. After the match, walkout, not a cutscene, a walkout. Kind of odd because we already heard that Betty was going up against Kalinowski, but whatever. So next thing you know, Adam Witt walks out with Paige Betty. And long story short, hey everybody, Paige for Betty is on the fan favorites. And then Paige is like, hey everybody, I'm going to have to face a dinosaur or whatever. And I'm going to call out Mike Kalinowski. And we're like, yeah.
We already know that.
So
it was a little strange.
It was a little, it is what it is. Anyways, so can you imagine Paige now is going to be playing Mike Kalinowski. She's coming off of the heels of last season playing Ben Bateman, and she beat Ben. Can you imagine if she beats Mike Kalinowski? Someone was like, I'm not going to call you the Boston Badass anymore. I'm going to call you Legend Killer. So can you imagine? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, like we were talking about with Shazam Corruption, I feel like stakes might be a little bit higher for Paige on this one. Because, in a way, because like, I think more is on the line for her to win. Because like, I beat Ben Bateman, I beat Mike Kalinowski. Kalinowski, it'll be kind of like I'm also still the IG champ.
Yeah.
And I also have an team's title match. So, yeah, it would be nice to have
I think for
three prospects.
I think for Mike, that one thorn in his side is the singles division. Because 3-time IG champ, former team's champion, but the singles just never got his, on the path to the title.
Right.
Got close a couple times, but this is the singles division has been a thorn in his side. And if he goes up against Paige and loses, then it's like,
Yeah,
so,
it might kind of sting a little bit, somebody in their second season. But also, somebody like Mike, I feel like he might be like, okay, whatever. Yeah, that sucked. But I'm also the IG champ.
Yeah.
I've defended X amount of times, and now I have a potential team's title match. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like Paige might have a little bit more riding on this to win. So, I think that could be a very interesting match between the two of them. So I think that was pretty much the extent of that walkout. Hey, listen, everybody, Paige is a fan favorite and she's going to be playing Mike. And I did think it was kind of funny that Adam was like, hey, man, why don't you take a break from answering questions about movies for 8-year-olds and answer some adult questions about adult things in an adult match.
All right, Star Wars competitor.
Yeah. The funny thing that I missed the first time was that he did say, as he was walking off with Paige, all right, now let's go watch Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. So I think it was it
was a very self-aware meta joke.
Yeah.
But I did think that was pretty funny and pretty on brand. But so, yeah, now we know we're going to be getting for Betty Kalinowski.
I think that's next week,
Overcard, right? I imagine. I feel like we always get the clue to the overcard, and the undercard's like and you find out the day of kind of thing. So we got that going for us. And then the post-match scene that I know you enjoyed.
I really enjoyed this.
I was kind of like, what the is happening?
I think half the reason I love this is because I love Mark Riley. I love Mark Riley so much.
Well, I love Mark Riley too. I mean, there's no mistaking that. And Jacoby, we got to spend a little bit of time with him.
Yeah.
After Spectacular. And he's a really cool dude.
Real cool dude.
So both super cool dudes. So yeah, we see Jacoby and he's like,
he'll be able to help me.
Trying to get a match. He'll be able to help me. Oh my God, do I? And he goes around a corner and you see Mark Yodi Riley, just massaging some bushes,
I love this cutscene so much. I especially love the later. Or after.
So yeah, Mark's caressing a bush. I don't like that.
He's examining like a wall.
A shrubbery.
It's a wall full of leaves.
He's examining a shrubbery.
Yeah.
And Jacoby's like, hey man, I'm trying to get a match and I think you might be able to help me, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, Mark is like, after what? After. Jacoby's like, what? And, Jacoby kind of walks away, kind of like, okay, cool. And then Mark's like, hey, man, who are you? He goes, I'm Jacoby. Oh, with a G?
G?
Why would you assume it's a G? He's like, no, with a J. Jacoby. And, yeah, man, that's kind of...
This is the extent of the scene.
Mark's playing with leaves and Jacoby's just as confused as I am. And
I think we're hinting that Jacoby's gonna be managed by Mark Riley.
Okay, so I'm going to level with everybody right here. Not that it's going to come to... If anybody's ever listened to me talk about any singles or teams matches, or IG for that matter, I know close to nothing about movies. I didn't know this was a Karate Kid reference.
I had to be reminded that it was.
I can't confidently tell you. I don't think I've seen Karate Kid.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
And there's a couple of them, right? 2, 3?
4, technically.
Hold on.
Yeah, there's one with Jaden Smith, with Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith.
How many Karate Kid movies are there?
Because there's one. There's
Karate Kid, the Karate Kid 2, the Karate Kid Part 3, the next Karate Kid, and the Karate Kid 2? Oh my God. Okay, so there's like...
Oh, I forgot about the third one.
Who's that? Look, Hilary Swank?
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh my God.
I forgot about that one.
And then there was is that Jaden Smith?
Yeah, that was Jackie Chan. I actually heard, I haven't seen the one with Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith, but I heard Jackie Chan's really good in it. So,
I mean, Jackie Chan is Jackie Chan. He's the best. But wow.
No, I'm talking performance-wise. I heard he's really good in it.
I mean, okay. I get you.
Because when you think Jackie Chan, you don't think oh man.
You think martial arts.
Yeah. Stunts.
Stunts. Rush Hour. That's what I think of. But, which I know is absolute blasphemy to anybody who really appreciates cinema. But wow, 5 Karate Kid movies. Okay, I'm in the a-hole.
The third one.
Anyways, I don't think I've seen any of them. So when I saw this, I'm like, what's happening? Why is Mark touching leaves? What's happening? But I somebody was like, Karate Kid, Mark, Mr. Miyagi, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So, because at first I'm like, are they teaming up?
Now, I think they're hinting at a Mark Riley management role for Jacoby.
I mean, with the Karate Kid reference, if Mr. Miyagi's touching shrubs and whatever, yeah, that makes more sense that it's more of a teacher-student type of relationship.
Yeah.
So...
Which would be, I would enjoy to see Mark Riley as a manager.
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know.
I would like to see him compete.
Does Mark want to keep competing? I don't know. Haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming with the fact that it's that type of a dynamic of that type of a movie reference that it's a manager player.
But also the fact that Jacoby said he can help me get a match.
Right. I need to get a match. His connections can help me.
Yeah. Not the fact hey, I need a teammate.
Right.
So I'm guessing that it's gonna be Mark Riley managing.
So maybe we're setting up a bit of a rogue faction. Maybe it's just the two of them. Just the two of them. So maybe we just got Riley managing Jacoby. Who knows?
I think it's a good dynamic.
Maybe that means we'll see Jacoby in an undercard.
Maybe.
I don't know. Trying to read the writing on the walls.
Yeah. So Jacoby, whoever undercard with the Kalinowski for Betty overcard.
Maybe. And if we're right, again, maybe we crack the formula. Maybe we
Shut up, stupid.
And, I mean, yeah. That's true. So, yeah. Fun episode. Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a lot to unpack in this episode.
Yeah. That could be said. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. For Betty Bateman. That's going to be...
For Betty, for
oh my
Betty
God.
Kalinowski.
I got Ben on the mind. We got for Betty Kalinowski. So that's going to be interesting. Mm-hmm. And then I do assume that we're going to see Jacoby in some sort of an undercard against somebody in a singles match.
And we'll probably get the answer for the team's title match next week or this week too. So
true. That's true. Because
that might be in a cutscene. So
they've yet to actually accept it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, you mentioned Free For All. That's got to be coming up soon. It's usually an April type deal. Mm-hmm. And we're in April right now.
Got to be around the corner.
Which means that Paul's got
to cash in.
He's got a small amount of time to cash that in. What if he doesn't?
Then he loses it. Use it or lose it, son.
That would be wild. Mm-hmm. So,
and it's hard for him understanding so because he's in Hawaii, of all places.
I know it sucks. You want COVID to stop, mm-hmm. but it's also oh man, the digital era allowed us so much more
freedom. Locations wise,
geographical freedom.
That's the word I was saying.
So, it's a world of give and take. I know that we all prefer
the studio
matches, but it was kind of nice to
just jump on the computer.
Hey, I'm in my sweats. Yeah, I'll play a match. Sure. Mm-hmm. So I will say it till the end of time. There's pros and cons to both. There were pros to the digital age.
Oh yeah,
I know there are people that are vehemently against it, and I respect that. But there were also great
things came out of digital.
How many matches did we both collectively play last year? A
lot.
A couple. Can you imagine if we flew out for every one? We'd be eating ramen for days, weeks.
For a whole year, we'd be eating ramen.
Yeah, ramen's good, especially if you gotta doctor it up, make a little super ramen. Put some veggies in there, whatever, doctor it up.
Soft boiled egg. Oh yeah.
I'll make it for you, but I don't. I
love it.
I don't do hard boiled or soft boiled eggs.
I prefer soft boiled.
Oh, because they're jiggly, and I don't do jiggly food. Jello, instant gag.
And you want to do tofu this week? It depends. Tofu's different.
But I got hard tofu, and this is an absolute experiment for myself. Okay, little known fact about me: I don't really have a texture thing with foods, but I can. Well, I'm about to say a texture thing that I have. I don't
like Jello.
I'm not bad with food. Like I love food. I love to eat. But the one thing that I can't do is jiggly foods. Jello, instant gag. It was always a joke in college when people would have Jello shots. I'm like, what is the appeal? That sounds like a nightmare. And we had this one particular party where a friend made Jello shots. And our friend Chris knew that I don't like Jello. And he was like, you have to take this Jello shot. I'm like, I really don't have to, actually. He's like, well, can I feed it to you? I'm like, how can I turn that down? And he was like, I was a kid. He was like, here comes the train.
No,
I said, here comes the train. He was like, it's an airplane. Jesus Christ. And I choked it down. And then his wife, her bachelorette party, we had Jello shots. I asked for that. We went to City Walk?
I think so.
For her bachelorette party. We got Jello shots, and I asked the bartender to
load it up.
Put an obscene amount of whipped cream in that Jello shot so I could choke it down without embarrassing myself. Because it's like, oh, I gotta dig it out my finger. First of all, disgusting. Isn't that how you do Jello shots?
Pretty much.
And then you squeeze. Jello's disgusting. Oh my God. I can't do jiggly foods, but I did get tofu this week for a couple of dinners I plan to make. I got hard tofu. I plan to prepare it in a way that's not jiggly and disgusting. We'll see how it goes. It might not work out well for me, but I know that you'll eat it.
I enjoy tofu.
You'll eat it. I haven't had tofu in years because it's jiggly, but I'm going to try. And also, our daughter saw it in the fridge, and she's been playing this stupid game on her tablet. She's been playing this one game. It's like a cooking game.
She cooks tofu.
That involves tofu. And she saw it in the fridge, and she goes, what's that? And I said, it's tofu. And she goes, I love tofu. I'm like, girl, you've never eaten tofu. But she goes, I love it. And she's been asking to eat it for days now. So we'll see how that goes. We'll keep you posted.
Anyways.
Sorry. I know this is a Schmoedown show, but we got to talk about Jello and how gross it is. Don't get me started on any other food things we've been talking about lately. You want to talk about Pop-Tarts? We'll talk about Pop-Tarts.
That'll be a rad discussion.
Okay. I understand. Let's talk about food or whatever. Anyways, for Betty Kalinowski.
Probably the overcard.
Whoever doesn't like Jello, that's who I'm rooting for. But I love Mike. Love Paige. So this is another match for me where it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Former faction mate.
I love Paige. She's amazing. And I know how hard she works, but I also know how hard Mike works. And he's a wonderful guy too. And I love Shannon. So, and we only got to meet Adam in passing, but he's a really cool guy too. So this is one of those matches where I'm like, I'm glad I'm not involved in it because I love all parties involved. So yeah. And then we'll see what happens. If we're right, if Jacoby happens to play in the undercard, we'll see who he faces. Jacoby's a cool guy too. So lots on the horizon, as is to be expected for every episode of Titans.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get out of here before we go on another Jello tangent.
Hey, y'all like your pop? How do you all take your Pop-Tarts?
Toasted.
Let's not do this. Let's get in.
So before we do
that, later.
Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
I'm on Twitter at Dimmy. How can I switch this up? What if I put it right here? DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta and on TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. We did it. Somebody reached 5,000 just yesterday.
Wow. Overnight.
Overnight, I hit 5,000. So thank you, everybody.
Big deal.
So
now you got to do a dance.
Yes, as promised. Check me out on TikTok at Rogue to see me embarrass myself. TikTok dance.
It's fine. It's not like you're doing it live. You can take as many takes as you need to.
Yeah, but yes, go over there and follow me on TikTok if you want to see me make a fool of myself. But if you're listening to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
Oh, yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See when we do things on the YouTube, the THE YouTube.
Which is sometimes on Friday, Radcast. But
this week on Wednesday, another of our Road to Celebration going rogue. Last week we had Element 7. This week, Laura Kelly joins us for going rogue. And it's an awesome conversation. Please join us on that. Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Love Laura. Join us.
It's a great conversation. So
yes.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you guys next time.